Here we go, it's last week at the auction, America's favorite top 10 list of auction results from around the globe. As hand selected by me, Josh Levine, your host and guide to the world of auctions, and this is episode 7 of season 3, and continues to be the hottest YouTube series and social media sensation in the entire world. Okay, the auction world. With over 10,000 subscribers now and 1 million views, what are you waiting for? Santa Claus? Yeah, me too. And yes, I got another great show for you today, so welcome back subscribers, and hello to you newbies. I got the goods, some amazing auction results, fun facts, and so much more. I'm telling you, nothing is more interesting than the world of auctions, not even bird watching. So before you go, subscribe below, and come on, we're all gonna learn something today from last week at the auction. Let's start off with caltrops. What? Yeah. Number 10 is a 1775 Revolutionary War handmade caltrop spike that sold for $400 at Brunk Auctions. What the heck is that, you ask? I'm gonna tell you. It's a small anti-personnel and anti-horse weapon that had 4 sharpened spikes. These awful things would be scattered on roads, trails, and in streams, and they were designed to puncture boots or hooves and disable the victim. They were designed with 4 spikes, so there was always one pointing up. Ouch. One could expect like a limp or a future brutal staph infection after coming across one of these. They look like something from the game of Jacks, but they were not a game or any fun, that's for sure. But at an 1.5 inch diameter and being $400, you might want to be on the lookout for some of these babies. Number 9 is a National Tricone Resonator Guitar that just brought $3,750 at Freemans. From the 1930s, original resonators are pretty hard to find out there. Think of them like a banjo meets the guitar. Their volume and tone is more banjo-like, but they're played and tuned like a guitar. I tracked this one after a tip from a friend that sent me a link and said, I think this might be a sleeper because the estimate was only $800 to $1,200. Well, that estimate didn't deter the bidders from bidding triple those estimates. Low auction estimates sometimes are thought to deter bidders from running and bidding higher than the estimate, but that's a myth for the most part. In fact, I actually think low estimates can draw in more action. Number 8 is the game of Advance and Retreat that just brought $4,500 at Bertoia. A turn-of-the-century board game by McLaughlin Brothers. It featured some amazing graphics, and I'm willing to bet the time of year it was sold really figured into the amazing result. See Santa in the airship there? Really cool, and on a rare game and right before the season, that adds up to auction cha-ching. Number 7 is a beautiful Persian Bijar rug that did $4,800 at the Fine Rugs at Chevy Chase. This 4.5 by 7 Kurdish beauty was a rare find as it was actually signed and dated. This multi-day sale and company had some of the finest rug offerings I've seen in a long time, and you can learn a lot about this mysterious genre just following their sales. This one is one for the record books, I believe. Number 6 is a Dresden patriotic American flag Christmas ornament that brought $5,500 at Pook Pook. A silk flag, single ornament, and only 5 inches long. I believe this to be the highest auction price for a single Christmas ornament. Perfect time of year to sell it, and if you haven't been noticing, or I don't say it enough and report, the auction world is crazy right now. Prices are nuts. Crazy good, and I'm hearing it from everybody. Number 5 is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Pepsi GMT master wristwatch that brought $9,000 at Alderfer. I chose this one for a few reasons. It's a great auction price, but what a savings from the retail. When you're buying gifts, I always tell people you can find great deals at auction. I was actually just talking to my neighbor, and he said he was worried about buying at estate sales because of authenticity, and I assured him if you buy from a reputable estate auction and you pay with a credit card, you'll have authenticity and the protection of a credit card. Online watch auction, there's a lot of deals out there, but it can be the Wild West, so make sure where you're buying from. Number 4 is a Vladimir Kagan Unicorn Sofa that sold for $12,000 at Freemans. This circa 1963 and approximately 8-foot long sofa looks to me like something you stole out of an airport lounge, but it has that mid-mod industrial look that's so in vogue right now. I can't figure out why it's called a unicorn sofa. Where's the horn? I want one of these if anyone's looking for my Christmas gift. Number 3 is a Planetarium clock by William Perkins that sold for $12,123 at Auction Team Brecker in Cologne, Germany. See, this show is international sometimes. I'm not an isolationist. Anyway, this circa 1925 mechanical marvel is one of those things I just can't help but admire. They've been documented as being around since 100 BC. However, the first known to have a clock-driven mechanism was 1348. I think these things have secret powers too, don't you? This one is special. Number 2 is a CDV photograph of the Civil War soldier Major Martin Delaney that brought $47,500 at Cowan's. This circa 1864 carte de visite was of a true piece of Americana. Martin Robinson Delaney was one of the first African-American men admitted into Harvard Medical School, but during the Civil War he served as a surgeon in the famed 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, and he also aided in the recruitment efforts. This sale featured amazing offerings, and simply reading the auction's online catalog, you can learn numerous fascinating historical facts. These are details you didn't learn in school. I'm telling you people, auctions are amazing. And speaking of amazing, number 1 is an Eddie Van Halen owned custom Kramer that brought $185,000 at Julien's. Considered by many to be the greatest guitar player of all time and recently passing, this guitar blew away its $40,000 to $60,000 estimate. It was stage played and customized by Eddie himself and had been gifted to a family friend some years ago. All the provenance and the letters were included. I have a feeling just a few years from now this might be $1 million guitar. And now you know what happened last week at the auction. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, before you go, subscribe below. It's free. Give me a thumbs up and be sure to post a comment or a question. Be sure to check out all the great auction houses I talked about today. I tell you, you can learn something just reading the results. Many thanks to the Lucky Odds out of San Antonio for allowing me to use their hit song Whiplash, and check them out at theluckyodds.com. Until next week, or last week at the auction.